is done in a couple days.
Okay, just got to hold our breath. And let's take a coffee break. We're starting with an increasingly controversial pricing model.
Yeah, it's that pesky thing called dynamic pricing. You may be used to seeing it when you request an Uber ride at a busy time, but it's becoming more common in places you wouldn't expect to see it, like fast food joints and Amazon. In a new survey, 20% of consumers learned about dynamic pricing and said they'd boycott a business who uses it, but it's not always obvious. If you want to protect yourself from dynamic pricing at places like Amazon, experts say you'd have to turn off third-party tracking and delete your purchase history, but then you'd give up those personalized recommendations.
So this is like surge pricing? Like I go on Amazon and if they're busy, I'm paying more?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that it's not just like the time that you're doing it, but also how many people are also buying that product.
Oh.
And if you're searching for it a lot?
Yeah, but with fast food, they were doing, I think it was Wendy's that said they were going to do it.
So I'm waiting in line
times.
at the busy time to get the food, and now you're going to
pay more.
Yeah.
For it.
I mean, it ticks consumers off when they know about it.
Yeah.
Right here.
The thing is that I've learned in my years of consumer reporting is a lot of this stuff we just don't notice because we're busy. We're not always price comparing.
Right.
A lot of times you'll notice, like at fast food restaurants, the way their menu's written, it's like $7.89 or $14.36, and you can't do the mental math when prices are that way. So
true.
people miss stuff.
I have to call you from the drive-thru, Christine.
Yeah, I'll get out my calculator and I'll do it all.
Big Mac is $5.99.
Yeah,
I feel like it
is
should be
that
like
good?
$5.29.
Well, I also see it with things where they make you think it's on sale and it's not really on
Yes.
sale.
Now I
I
do
hate
catch
that.
that on Amazon a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's good apps for that. I think one of them is Kcal, which is the funniest name, but it's one of those ones where it will show you where, prices have gone historically.
Okay.
But,
So it's not a deal, even if it looks like a
Right.
deal.
But in order to save money, it takes you more time. So you have to
Yes.
figure what's more valuable to you, your time or your money.
Gotta do your work,
Oh.
but you do a lot of it for us, so thank you. All right, the thought of becoming an online influencer is gaining appeal with people of all ages.
This
Now,
is you, Sheba.
You already know why I picked this story.
I know, because you've told me that you would love to be an influencer.
I would love to do it. This is according to a new poll from a marketing platform. It found more than half of adults, I'm not alone though, half of adults would be willing to quit their jobs. Now this is where you lose me, to become an influencer. That includes everyone from Gen Zers to baby boomers. The biggest appeal of being an influencer, of course, the money. 40% reported making more than 6 figures from content creation alone.
Well, then you could keep your job and just still be an influencer.
I like my stable check, my health insurance, my 401k. That's my only
Those things are
concern with
nice,
these
yeah.
folks. And I do see people walking away from big jobs to do influencing. I think it's so interesting.
But is there a long-term?
Well, that's what I question.
Like a lot of these families that have kids,
Right.
that they do the influencing. I wonder, like when your kids are like hormonal teenagers or they don't want to be on camera anymore, what happens to your money? And now you've left your careers.
Well, besides the fact that maybe your kid never wanted to be on there in the
Right.
first
Right.
place,
Right.
and now you've put them all over the internet.
And I think too, some people think that influencing is I can just work a few hours a day.
No, you have to influence all day.
It is a more of a full-time job
Yeah.
Sure.
to put out that much content.
No, definitely.
I think
And
it would
make
be
it look
hard to
good.
be on all the time, and we handle it. We feel it sometimes, like the days that you're tired and you're not in a good mood,
Right.
and you have to come and be happy can be hard. And
Oh, I
you have
think
to do
most
it.
people know when I'm not in a good mood.
I appreciate
No idea
that you
what you're
just give
talking
us
about.
the truth. You know what though? I think it speaks to how people want flexibility and more control over their lives and
That's
their work.
probably
Yeah,
schedule,
that's true.
Right?
That's true.
Okay, where you live has a big impact on your health. A new report is revealing where they think it's the easiest to stay on top of your well-being. The American Fitness Index ranked Arlington, Virginia as the fittest city in America.
That's not what I saw when I was recently out there.
All right, we
James.
have a dissenting view. It is ranked number 1 for 7 years in a row. Were you there 8 years ago?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, actually I was.
Well,
You know what?
we're diving deeper here. The reasons stated were it's walkable, there's a lot of outdoor green space, healthy food is accessible, and people there report getting good quality sleep.
Oh, good
the
for
other
them.
So
top,
there for a nap.
the other top 2 fittest cities in the country were Washington, D.C. and Seattle.
Now I thought LA would be at the top. Like people look fit here to me.
We just go to the plastic surgeon, right?
You know what? That is true. Y'all do love a knife
not me,
around
yeah.
here. What did you see when you went to Arlington, Jamie?
I just felt like there was a lot of consumption of food and beverages, and like it didn't look like people had really exercised very
You know,
much.
I particularly asked her
You
this because
just
I
said
knew
that so
I
kindly.
knew the answer was going to be so wild. Jamie, I love it.
I mean, people were walking, but I also saw like a lot of people. There's a ton of scooters out there, and I'd see somebody go from like that building to that building on a scooter and think, why didn't you just walk?
That should disqualify the whole city alone.
Right?
Yes.
I am
Anyway.
surprised by DC because of the weather. You would think
I am
that
too.
you couldn't get outside as often, and I know that like people who have lived in Seattle like report that they get really depressed because
Right.
there's no sun.
Yeah.
So usually when you're depressed, you eat more, you don't sleep as well. I don't know.
Yeah, this doesn't make sense to me.
We're gonna have to talk to the people who did this.
Yeah, I
Study.
just don't believe it.
Study's gone.
If you're focusing on your fitness though this summer, don't push yourself too hard, it turns out. A study from Florida Atlantic University found pushing your muscles to failure at the gym can actually backfire.
Well, that's not good.
I know. Lots of people aim for this to grow their muscles, and experts say it can work in the short term, but hurt your long-term performance. So guess what? It's all about moderation, everybody. Scientists found the best way to gain strength is to stop 3 to 5 reps short of failure, so you're still pushing yourself, but giving your body room to recover.
Do I care about the long term? I got like 10 more years of being a hot girl, and then you get what you get from here, okay?
I hear Mark Lou laughing.
I just want to look good for a couple more years, and then it's done.
Then go to failure. Don't worry about the rest of it.
That's today's coffee break.
Now you can get your Kcal news, weather, and live stream all in one place on the CBS News app. Download it free today.